Yes, I am going live right before I go to bed. It's the middle of the freaking night, and I'm in my bedroom trying to calm things down. Um, Waiting for people to come in, check out my room. Yeah, the raw essence, the totally raw essence of me. Yeah. I know it's Sunday night. People got to work tomorrow. Hey, thank you for showing up, coming in. I can't see anything. I can't tell if anybody's messaging me. I thought I would come on. I mean, I'm getting ready to go to bed, but I just needed to come on. A lot of a lot of shenanigans, right? A lot of things. So I got to keep it like really soft because I'm actually on YouTube restriction. Uh, Apparently community guidelines. And like I said, I have no clue what community guidelines are all about. Um, yeah. And so sometimes I just randomly come on. Um, and why do I just randomly come on? Because I randomly feel like it. Um, it's kind of crazy. Like, beautiful things are happening. Beautiful things are happening. What's happening in the shift as we are watching so many changes in our world. As my last post, I told you I am coming out of hiatus. I am not in my hermit stage anymore. Uh, and you know, if you're a Scorpio, you'll understand this. Is like we'll have times that we'll go like kind of hermit, and once we go hermit, it's really hard to get out of that energy because we love it so much. And I am trying to critically get out of hermit mode. And as I spoke to you guys the other week, I am now dating, and it's been interesting. It's been very busy. So, trying to run a business and trying to live life and dating. Dating is not my favorite thing to do. So, yeah, yeah. You can give me a comment and tell me, because last year we all did noni fasting and we did some energetic work. Everybody, we were doing a lot of work. So this hermit thing that was going on, we were really for it, right? So trying to get out of hermit mode is really hard. And I think it's hard because the fact is we really like not being bothered, right? But I'm ready to date. I've gone through my dark night of the soul. I've dealt with some, shenanigans from men, and a few years ago. Uh, and so things are like interesting. What is going on in Austin? Austin is very quiet. I think everything is very quiet right now. And could it be that we're getting ready for elections? There's a lot of uncertainty with that. I don't know. I don't know. We're just in this, everybody's in this funk. Um, I've been in a funk, you know. Uh, the aspect of coming out of hermit mode has been very difficult for me. It's I really don't want to, but I have to come back amongst the living, right? I love being in hermit mode because it's just more comfortable for me. So, but I do have something to tell you. I've gone on several dates, and in the last probably 2 weeks, I've been going hardcore dating. I actually spent some time with a gentleman last night. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, kind of rather needy. I want a man to be in his feminine energy, but I don't want him to be in his. I don't want him to be a nagger. Like, be in your feminine energy, but don't nag. And so this gentleman is a Sag. No, he's not a Sag. He's a Capricorn. He's a Capricorn. And actually, I've been dating a lot of Caps. I've been dating a lot of Caps. I have my eye on a gentleman that is a Scorpio. I think I told you about him. We had a date, and I kind of accidentally stood him up because I got the dates wrong. And so we actually talked, and he wants to reschedule. I love Scorpio men. Now, Scorpio men are amazing if they're healed. If they're not healed, girls, I wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. And that's from a Scorpio speaking. You don't want to touch a Scorpio that is unhealed, because they will make your life miserable. So, I don't really know about this particular Scorpio. He's you know, we both been busy, and I don't know. I'm really bored with the men of our society right now. I'm like kind of bored. Like it seems like they don't really have personalities, and if they do, like, I'm not meeting them. I don't think. I don't think I'm meeting them. So the gentleman that I am actually, we actually spent time together last night, and we talked this morning. Like, it's like a catch 22. Scorpios want the real. We do want the real. But then if you come and be too real, then it's too much for us, right? So this guy that I was seeing, that I am seeing, he's very real, but he's, you know what I feel with Capricorns? They can't let go of the past. They like ruminate, and they like marinate the past. They can't seem to get out of that loop. Once they've been hurt, once they've been through some stuff, they don't know how to move beyond that. And so it feels like, to me, this is just my opinion, it seems to me he keeps reliving his past. And then he goes, okay, he's going to do this to me. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. He goes, I really like you, but I know what I want. Okay, you know what you want. So you tell me what you want. But the whole time you're saying, well, I'm not quite sure if I should go for it, because what if you hurt me? What if you don't love me the way I want to love you? Like, what is that? So I'm sitting here and I go, like, how can you know if that would ever happen if you're afraid to move forward? It's like you're stuck in, um like you're stuck, and I can't, like, it's almost like he's trying to get from me, for sure, I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. No, I don't know you well enough to do that. I am a Scorpio. It takes me some time. I'm thinking in my head, it takes me a minute. And even if you think you got me, you don't got me. Because I'm trying to vet you out. And so as I'm trying to vet this guy out, he's like pulling back, going forward, pulling back. So basically, how we end up seeing each other last night is I sent him a text and I said, because I'm not sure about him, and I said I think I should move on. He's aware that I'm dating other men. One thing I said, I tell you girls that if you're going to be dating, as long as you're dating and there is no one that has that you're committed to, um, you're dating. It doesn't matter. Like he knows I'm dating several people. I'm dating several people because until and even like my last boyfriend, I was committed to him, but you know what? Until he gave me the real deal, because Scorpios can be in a relationship and watch you lie to them, because what they're doing is they're like logging. They have a notebook, and they're saying, hey, this is what I'm seeing you do, and to me that's a lie. Because you know what, guys are always coming, and I'm just speaking for myself. Guys are coming as with their representatives. They're not going to never tell you their truth. Like you can't get the freaking truth out of a man if you like put them in a room and do electric shock. They will not let that go. They want you to have this illusion of who they are, rather than just be straight up. Just be straight up. Don't let me get to the end of the road, and when I'm in my decision making, find out that it was all a lie. Because if it's all a lie, I will step away and I'm done. you know and I think I told you about the gentleman that I was seeing. And, like I was seeing this other guy, and he got totally busted in a lie. He got totally busted in a lie. And so I started pulling away. So I started seeing this other guy. So the other guy basically told me that black women are undateable. He said, and then this is what's so crazy. He's gonna give me these statistics. These statistics, well, they say that. I go, dude, do you realize, after he said that, the first thing went through my mind. I'm going to tell you what went through my mind. I intimidated him because he invites me to his home, right? And I think it's, maybe I should have been nicer about it. Yeah, maybe I should have been nicer about it. But you don't invite somebody to your house and pay for them to come see you and then have a filthy house. I think that's just like me saying, come to my house and my house is just jacked up dirty. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that's appropriate. So I didn't, you know what? And I was trying to, I think I was nice about it because I basically just said, hey, and I was actually saying the cobwebs in the corner that I saw is that I would clean him for him if he needed help, but he took that very offensively. So, but a masculine energy that's healed in his masculine energy. What he would have did is he would have told me that how that made him feel, and then I could have apologized, or I could have saw error to my ways, because that was kind of harsh. But um I think because I approached him that way, and I really did like him. I really did like him, even though he had a lot of, you know, most women. I think I put a post. I put a post a few days ago that girls, like, don't date ugly men just to date ugly men. Because a lot of times what happens when you date ugly men, those ugly men will treat you even worse than a good looking man. You know why? Because they won't, like, something happens when you start dating them. If they think that um you're totally out of their league, they will try to criticize and make you feel bad, right? And so this is the guy that told me that black women are undateable and that they will never get married, or that would never happen. And so for a while, you start seeing on my feed, I was doing the black wife effect, and the black wife effect is saying that there is a 65%, there's a 65% chance that if a woman of color marries or gets in a relationship with a man of another color, 65% chance that she will stay in that relationship. The only reason the statistics are so low with African American women when it comes to relationship, because most African American women will only want to do, most black women only want to date black men. It's not the factor that women, that they're undateable or that nobody sees any value in them. It's just black women are like stuck on black men. They want to be with a man of color. And the thing about the men of color, it is nothing. Men of color are beautiful men. If you could get a African American man that's honest, but the statistics are low, that's honest and is going to be upright with you, they are beautiful men. They're romantic. They're strong. They have no fear. They take care of their families. They do right by their woman. They're good lovers. But what it is that there, per capita, there are not a lot of available black men that are worthy for most black women, because a lot of black women are educated, smart, and a lot of them are changing the demographics and the imagery of what black women look like. Black women are not, don't believe the hype that all black women do is have babies from different men, and that's a hype. That's a lie. That's a lie to defame African American women. But African American women are very loving and giving, and so the statistics that if a black woman is entered into a relationship, what happens is she elevates the relationship because she works just as hard and she's just as committed to her family and her mate. That's what that's saying. So, like I said, I had this guy that I was dating, and he was trying to be nice about it. He was trying to say it in a nice way, but no, it was very narcissistic. So it's kind of interesting. I'm very curious. I'm very curious as I do this dating thing, which is, it's very tedious. Very tedious. It's very tedious. And and I'm going to say to the man is that when a woman is dating and she is dating, like, it's easy for her to meet multiple men. That's the problem with us, is that it's hard to meet a good man out of those multiple men that you're dating. So this gentleman that I went out with last night, he's not bad looking. He's not bad looking, but he's like I don't know, these Capricorns. Like a Capricorn hurt sometimes can be the worst. They can be the worst people to date because, like, I swear, like I've been talking to him maybe a week, 2 weeks, maybe, and it's like a doggone freaking, like, it's repetitive. He says the same thing every day, and then he always goes back to the woman that took his life for 30 years. And then after that 30 years, he went to the woman that took 3 years. And I go, like, I just told him today, I said, maybe if you change your perspective, you'll find love. Well, are you going to hurt me? I don't know if I'm going to hurt you. I'm not taking it too serious right now. I just met you. So I can't make a lasting, I know I'm rambling and stuff, but men know I think men know at first sight when they are in love. I think men know at first sight. I think they have a clue when they're in love. Now, it's different with women. I think it's different with women. Women have to trust. Women have to feel safe with you. Um, that's why, like I said, when you are unhealed, like if you're unhealed, that's when men can bamboozle you. That's when men can like gaslight you, come in with their representative, and tell you all kinds of shenanigans, like I'll do this for you. I want marriage. I'll put you in a beautiful home. Um, I will do this for you. Help me do this. Whenever a man starts doing that, run, run, you girls, run, because they're gaslighting you. Okay, don't play that. You know, and the thing is that men will tell you the story they think that you need to hear to get into your underwear, to get into your heart, so they can begin to manipulate you further. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying all men are like that, because not all men are like that. Even this guy, the guy that, and you know what I'm noticing about some of these guys? What I'm noticing about some of these guys, especially like the guy I'm seeing right now, he doesn't have a lot of like relationship skills. So therefore, it's almost like he's doing things that he's never done. And this man is in his 50s. It just it blows me away. He's not very affluent with females. But in his head, he thinks he's the best catch. And he keeps saying, this one gets me. The moment a guy says he chose you, he's delusional. Delusional. Anytime a man tells you that he chose you, it's delusional, because when it's all said and done, you choose who you want to have your children from. You choose how you want that to happen. That's why you got to be careful how you make your choices, because that person is going to be the father of your children. That person is going to determine your financial um, uh, experience, because men can run you financially or they can build you up financially. It totally can go either way. So one thing that you want to do, like I always tell my daughters, because of my own personal experience with their father, is that choose your mate wisely, because you're stuck with that man's children, for the rest of your life. And you're stuck with him as long he's the father of your children. Even if he's a dusty, because dusties will always show up, especially when they start failing in health. When they start failing in health, they're going to show up for their kids, because they know that nobody else is going to take care of them, because they were dusty, they were sorry, and when, so they gotta figure out a scapegoat, and a lot of times it's the kids that they didn't have relationships with. But yeah, it's kind of I thought I would come on and dating is exhausting, you guys. It's so exhausting. And it can be intimidating in the sense of, well, I'm not ever intimidated, but I'm not intimidated when I date, but I can tell that it's trying to vet out, are they really truly being honest? And so that's why it takes so long. I think that's why it takes Scorpio so long to make a decision, The one guy that I'm really feeling right now is a Scorpio because I love me some Scorpios. I do not know why. I love Scorpio man. I'm actually seeing a Pisces too, which I like Pisces. I do like the Pisces man. I think the Pisces man, they get your swag. They get a Scorpio swag. Like they really understand how they're feeling. They're empathy, they have empathy, they're a water sign, so they can go deep with you. Scorpios, you're gonna have to, because I think Scorpios make a good match if you have a Scorpio that is healed, right? That don't have all kinds of head trips and mother issues. And but if they, if they take care of that and they really define themselves, they are like my last boyfriend of like 16 years was a Scorpio, and till this day we're best friends. And I know, like, I compare him a lot because he's a scientist. He's a scientist for a large company. He's very intelligent, tall, Norwegian man. Nobody that, and we were best friends. The only reason we're not together is because I didn't want to move to Norway. I didn't want to move to Norway. But I love him. He's a good friend. Sometimes relationships just run their course, right? But we were together for a very long time. And one thing that I'm seeing right now, the men are, this is it's a difficult time to date. It's a difficult time because there's so much confusion. Like if you even look at what's going on in our government and what's going on and all that, you see how confusing that is. How confusing it could be, like every aspect of it. That's what's going on with the masculine energy. Very confusing, very hard to vet out because nobody wants to be honest. It's like masculinity is failing to be honest. And so you don't know what you're getting into. And so I guess, like, I'm being very, I'm just having this like vent conversation with you guys with my dating. Is just like, I really, really got a thing for this guy in Florida. I really do. But he's a Virgo. Virgos are difficult to connect with because they're perfectionists. And their perfection is not based on you per se, is when they're dating, is they want to feel a certain way, look a certain way, have a certain thing, be a certain thing. Like they have so many things. They're their biggest enemy. And oh, but girl, let me tell you, he is so my type. He's so my type. He's a successful robotics specialist. I mean, I like smart men. I don't date men that are not intelligent. I love intelligent men. But he had a robotics company that he sold, and you know, he's really, really delicious. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know how this gonna work out. I really don't. And then the one that I'm not really like, he's okay. He's okay. I'm not saying he's bad. It's just, it's always the ones that I really don't want, that want me so bad. Like, uh. And it's not that he's a bad guy. It's just I want the other one. Like how when you go in the store and you're trying to pick out a purse, you know, and you're trying to put out that purse. I wish I could see comments. I can't even see comments. I'm so thank you for the thumbs up. I do appreciate it. I can't see my comments or anything. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I haven't never been able to see them in quite some time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I should pick up my computer, but this is just my phone. So, but let me explain. It's just like the one I want is the one I want, right? But the guy that likes me is not like he's not a bad guy. It just I feel like maybe like and I'm not I wouldn't say because the first thing came to my mind settling. I don't think it's settling because I haven't made a decision with him, you know. But I think he intuitively feels that because he told me today, he goes, "Well, I know you're dating other men, so so if you choose me," and this is what's so funny. He goes, "I chose you," but then he flips around when he drops me off today. He goes, "I when if you choose me, I would make a good husband for you." Now, who said that I wanted to get married? No, I didn't. I didn't mention that I wanted to get married. I didn't even mention that I wanted a long-term relationship with him. But just for the fact that and I don't know what it is. A lot of times when I'm dating a guy, they like to tell me the stuff they have, like it matters to me because I don't. It don't matter to me what you have. It matters to me. Are you disease free? Let me say that again. Are you disease free? And are you a kind person? And do you got your finances together? And are you working on being a more evolved human being? That's what I care about. I don't care how many cars. Like this guy that I'm saying, he like takes me. He takes me upstairs to his condo, right? Takes me upstairs, and then we go into the garage. I'm going like, where we're going, and he goes, "That's my car." like I don't care, just because you drive a $90,000 car. Like that's a dude, man. That's how dudes think. Like women don't care about this shit. Like we really don't care. We don't care. Like what? Who cares that you got a $90,000 car? I don't care. I don't care. Boom, boom, boom. Right? And he loves that car. He's obsessed with that car. I don't want you to be obsessed with the car. I want you to be obsessed with me. Because the car is, who cares? Yeah. So it's, I think why, like, I'm having a hard time connecting because there's a glitch in the system I'm in. There's something going on definitely with them. Um, when when a woman has and can take care of herself, I think a lot of the masculine energy is feeling like they have nothing to offer. And it's not that they have nothing to offer. What they choose to offer you has nothing to do with what a woman is looking for. Women are not looking for your house, your car. That's the first thing. Literally, if I go into a like steakhouse and sit at the bar by myself and have dinner and a dinner and a glass of wine, the first thing will happen is a man will sit right next to me and he'll start spewing off what he has, what his wealth, da 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 da, right? And to me, what does that matter? That because what does that matter? I have a career. I don't really like what are you going to do for my soul? What are you going to do for my internal value? How are you going to bring flow to my life? because I really don't care the stuff you have, because the stuff you have doesn't articulate to that you're a good person. Those are just things of tangible value. I'm more concerned of things that I can't touch and I can't, you know what I mean? It's got to be something that's emotional, etherical. Where are you spiritually? How do you believe spiritually? What do you believe about family? How do you treat your family? How do you treat the people that you love? Do you scream at them, yell at them? Are you good to them? Do you treat them with value? That's what I care about. I don't care about your stuff. And girls, the power of a woman. I like a few, I think it was last year. Last year, I was in Arizona working. Short story. I was in Arizona working and getting ready to fly back to Austin. As I'm getting ready to fly back, what happens is I had a layover. I'm in Tucson. I have a layover in Phoenix. And that layover, like, and it wasn't a layover, it was like an hour. I think I was supposed to go to Phoenix and my flight was going to leave in an hour. Well, me coming from Tucson to Phoenix, literally, it's only a 45-minute flight. Well, my plane was late. My plane was late. Can you get that? My plane was late. So therefore, that plane was late. I missed my flight, and there was no flights coming into Austin. And so I am pissed. I am pissed. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I'm stuck in Phoenix. I'm gonna have to get a hotel. And the flight wasn't gonna pay for my hotel after, like, it was their air and they wouldn't pay. So I'm just perturbed. I'm just perturbed. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So what I did is I went to a restaurant and I just took the train downtown and I went to a very nice restaurant downtown and I'm sitting there and I said, you know what, since I'm stuck in this situation, I'm going to treat myself to some decadence. I'm going to have a real nice dinner. So I go to this restaurant and I have this real nice dinner. And so I'm sitting here and I'm just waiting for my food. And then there's a man at the very far end of the bar. He comes slide up and he starts talking to me. So in our conversation, we're having this conversation. And he goes, I came to talk to you because in this whole bar, you seem like the most friendliest. So I go, okay. So we start talking and we exchange numbers and, I probably like an hour. And mind you, my dish was very expensive because I was so pissed. I said, I'm gonna have me a prime rib. I'm gonna eat, man. I'm gonna really, I ordered dessert. I had a nice Cabernet. It was amazing. So we talk, and he actually ends up leaving. I go, thank you so much. It was very nice talking to you, yada, yada, yada. And then I get ready to check out, right? I get ready to check out. And she proceeds, this literally happened. This literally happened. So she proceeds to let me know that the gentleman that I was just talking to literally paid for my dinner and got me a hotel. And like I wasn't in a cheap place. He paid for my hotel and he tipped her and everything. And then she goes, here's your key. So that's the power of feminine energy. That's a man that knows what he wants, sees what he wants, didn't say anything about his finances. That's the thing. The men that really are not intimidated by women, they don't flash. They don't flash. And it was so crazy because you know what? I never called him. He gave me his number and I never called him. In fact, I forgot to call him. I actually forgot to call him. Now that I'm thinking about it, I never did call him. But he paid for my dinner. I didn't ask him to do that. I was shocked when he did that. And he paid for my hotel, which that hotel had to be about 350 a night. You know, men, quality men don't flash you, and nor do they gaslight you with gifts. You get what I'm saying? It's just, it's in their DNA. It's in their DNA. You know, I went on, the last date I went on, I think, well, even this guy that I went out, he brought a car for me to go to his house. I didn't have to ask for that. That's something that's in their DNA. You don't have to. But I'm glad I'm dating. It's just really hard, and it's time consuming. And this is my last rodeo. Once I meet someone this time, I'm done. I'm not dating anymore. I am done. I am totally done. And so I have to be very how can I say it, very calculated. That's the best word to say. Very calculated in how I choose. I choose. So I may find myself a little picky, but uh, I've had to get stricter with men because there's a glitch in the system, and there are a lot of parasites within the system, and they will literally suck you dry. Yeah, will suck you dry. And so I constantly tell you guys, as women, know your value, know who you are, and understand. Let me see. Yeah, you're right. That's, it's just like when you know your value and you know your worth, you don't feel like if it doesn't work out, you cool, because I'm getting signs like on a regular basis. When you are aligned with your purpose, you're gonna get signs. So when you're dating someone, it's just like you get that, if you get that little gnawing feeling that something ain't right, trust it, because it's so crazy. I told you the terrible mistakes that I made. Like, I can't believe it's been 2 years, but I was, like I said, I was dating a guy that wasn't being very truthful to me. And then right after that, I went to this other guy, and he really was, you know, and it's so crazy. I meet very wonderful men. Like I've dated very accomplished men, but that don't make them good men. It has nothing to do with who their value is and what their value is. I'd rather just get a hard worker that is working underneath his car, and he comes home every night and he shows me love. That's what you want. A lot of times we put too much emphasis on the tangible, like intangible things. I do not know why, because my friends even tell me this. Like, men of means always are attracted to me. And so, but that doesn't make them good men, I mean, if I gave you names of some of the men that I have dated, you would trip out. But to protect them and to protect, because these days you can get sued for anything, I just won't disclose that. But I've dated some fabulous men with means, But that's not always true that those men are going to be good men for you. And sometimes, like, I'm on TikTok, I'm taking people on the journey of my dating experience. And I actually have some of the men that are on contract. I've actually had one guy that has agreed that he would do a double date with me with another gentleman that I am dating. And which I've done this several times. I've taken two men on a date many times. But I wanted to help women decide and choose better, because I think what women do is they put too much focus on one guy, and before the guy even, you know, does anything, never give any guy your body that doesn't, like, and sometimes, and I'm not saying that I'm 100% with that, right? Because one thing that I learned 2 years ago, that I was truly living in my unhealed womb because of and you always know when you're living in your unhealed womb because the crap you let men do to you for the sake of love. And you don't really even love them. You're bored. It's not that you love them. You're bored, you're lonely, and so he'll do. That's what you do, you know. And it's really hard when you go date after date after date and nobody's worthy to even give a chance, because they don't see your value. And that's why it's so important for you to know your value before you even go out there, because a lot of men, they don't even know how to identify value, because everything is physical, sexual, and they can't see beyond that. And when you can't see beyond that, that tells you the character of the person, you know. um it just blows me away, how there is such a glitch in the system. It is so obvious, because even, a few months ago, I dated a man that was literally a virgin. He was literally a virgin until he was 38. He had no relationship skills. And in fact, he I talked to him tonight, and he was I don't think I've ever talked to this gentleman, like I don't think I've ever talked to him and he said anything positive. Everything is always, and it's sad to me because he's well up in his 50s, and he doesn't have children. He's never had like a valuable relationship. And these are the men that are coming into our world. So you need to be totally healed, and you need to know who you are, because you're going to be running into a lot of this. A lot of men have no social skills. That's why they stand in the back of the room and watch life happen, because they don't know how to approach a woman. They don't know how to act around a woman. They don't even know how to carry themselves around a woman. They have no social value. And it's sad because, I often wonder, how did they get that way? Because, this guy that I'm dating right now, he actually, the the woman he was with prior to me, that he was with 30 years, she met him and took his innocence away. Like, she was with him when he was like, she got with him when she was like, when she, I think she was 45, and she got with him when he was 20. And so she groomed him. And so these are the men we're running into, you girls. These are the men. they're like they're like it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Doesn't have a and so these are the things I'm looking at when I'm dating a guy. How's your relationship with your mom? You know, because we all got trauma. We all got trauma. It's what you doing with the trauma that you got. Like, what are you doing with the trauma that you feel that is in your life? What are you doing as a man, you know, even as a female? What are you doing to deal with your trauma? And a lot of these men don't have relationships with their moms. They can't stand their moms. They don't know their moms. Like, you know, and how's that going to effectively affect you? Because they don't have a role model to go by. And then you see them snap, and then you're like, oh, well, they're just having a bad day. No, they're not having just having a bad day. That's a pattern. That's something they do all the time. They just slipped and showed you. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of interesting. I don't know. Like this dating stuff, like you got to be healed and on point. Make sure that you do your noni healing. Do not be sleeping with these men because some of them are infested with disease. Lord, I cannot. And some of them don't tell you. Like you know, I don't know if you know what's going on in Houston. Houston got an epidemic. They have an epidemic of STDs. So you got to be careful. Like you got to be careful because some of them will tell you, some of them won't. But you got to stay clean. You got to stay happy. You got to stay healed. You got to know who you are. You got to love yourself. The greatest value you will have when you go out there in the world to date is to truly know who you are and know your value and know that you're worth it. Even one thing that I told this gentleman, I said, I'm not one of those easy chicks. You know, I'm not easy like that. I'm the nicest person you can know. I mean, I am a wonderful person. And people take that for granted. They think that's weakness. That's not weakness. That's the constitution of my spirit and my heart. And so a lot of times if you're an empath and you're a good person and you care about others, those little slimy little things come in and they try to take you off your path, and you don't want to be taken off your path. That's why, like, for us to date is very difficult and it's a hard thing to do because you want companionship, but at what cost? You know, there is a cost because you're trusting someone with your soul, especially if you're an empath, especially if you're here by design to do this work. There's so many people trying to get you off your mission, and it's really difficult. And I'm just being transparent because, like, I love my alone time, but there's sometimes that I just want to hang out and do music with someone, you know. And one thing I'll say that like when I was with my Scorpio that we were together 15 years, he was like my best friend. We could talk about things. He always honored and respected me. And one thing I can say about Kai, he never insulted me. He never yelled at me. He never done any of that stuff. So maybe he's like my guide to how a man should be, you know. And when I broke up with him, he goes, "You'll never find a man like me." He told me that. He literally told me that because I wasn't willing to move. I didn't want to move to Norway. It was too cold at the time. Yeah, he asked me to marry him like, well, I'm something like, it was about 7 years ago. I go, no, I can't do that. But it's so crazy because when I think about it, we're still good friends. We talk all the time. But the guiding light is find someone in your life that that respected you and you like the way they made you feel and how they honored you as a woman. And then that person can be like kind of your guide when you're dating. And then you go, well, with that person that that was, because me and Kai are still friends. What I say is that would Kai do something like that to me? No. No. Would Kai speak to me like that? No. You know, my stepfather, you know, my stepfather treated my mom like royalty. My stepfather treated my mom like she was the queen of Sheba. If a man is not treating you that way, and you get with a man that's not valuable like that, because, honey, it ain't got nothing to do with what he carries in his pants or his pocket. Cares about it matters about his internal value. Would he give his life for you? Would he love you so much that he would sacrifice for you? Because men don't do that no more. No, I'm losing my battery. So my battery is telling me I have to let y'all go because I'm gonna go dead, and I'll come on some other time. But thank you for chatting with me. I just thought I would vent and come on, let you know I'm alive. So I'll talk to you guys later. You have a beautiful night. I'll come on sometime this week again, okay? So good to talk to you guys. Bye now.